For several years, a man named Dustin has worked night shifts at a remote hotel deep within the Appalachian Mountains, a place known for its eerie silence and unsettling atmosphere after dark. Over time, he's grown used to the strange noises, flickering lights, and the uneasy feeling that he's not entirely alone. But on one particularly quiet night, when the hotel was empty and his nerves were already on edge, Dustin noticed something in the reflection of a nearby screen, something that made his heart stop cold.
Okay, so I'm just sitting here watching Scooby-Doo, you know. It has been storming on and off all night. You can see there is nothing standing over here, right? But look. What the is that? Like, this is me. Like, the satellite went out because of the storms, so it wasn't working on the TV anyways. And like, but there's nothing there. And like, I turned,
Determined to capture proof of what he'd seen, Dustin began recording the hotel's empty lobby, narrating that no one else was around. But as he slowly panned the camera to the left, something in the TV reflection caught his eye. A woman in a white dress, motionless and staring. He spun around instantly, only to find the space behind him completely empty. When he looked back toward the screen, she was still there. Only this time, she was closer. With trembling hands, Dustin glanced behind him again. Still nothing. But when his eyes returned to the reflection, the apparition was now standing directly behind him, inches away. Overcome with fear, Dustin bolted, desperate to escape whatever had just manifested. So, what do you think he witnessed that night? A trick of the light? An elaborate hoax? Or undeniable evidence of a ghostly haunting in the Appalachian Mountains? Before we jump into our next terrifying video, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell, so you'll be the first to know whenever we upload something new. Now let's get back to our next video. A man believed he had finally found his dream apartment, a quiet, affordable place with everything he wanted. But he soon realized he wasn't the only one calling it home. Within weeks, the atmosphere turned nightmarish. Unexplained noises echoed through the rooms at all hours. Footsteps, whispers, and thuds from empty corners. What began as small annoyances quickly spiraled into disturbing paranormal activity. Determined to prove he wasn't imagining things, he started recording every strange event on camera. But one night while filming for his social media, the haunting escalated into something truly terrifying, the kind of moment that makes you question what's real.
Pinguinsjok. Pinguinsjok. Pinguinin.
Following the sound of movement, he cautiously approached the area where the noise seemed to be coming from. As he entered the dark hallway, a drawer slid open on its own, the scraping echoing through the silence. The sudden motion sent panic surging through him, and he bolted from the apartment, too terrified to look back. But when he finally gathered the courage to glance toward his window from the street below, he froze. A dark silhouette stood motionless behind the glass, as if watching him, or claiming the apartment as its own. Hours later, with nowhere else to go, he reluctantly returned, knowing whatever was inside would still be waiting for him. These clips serve as a grim warning. When you move into a new place, you might not just be gaining a home, but inheriting its haunting past. The figure watching from the window suggests something far more intelligent than a wandering spirit, something malevolent, aware, and territorial. It wasn't just haunting the apartment, it was protecting it. For those who've ever felt eyes on them in an empty room, this raises one chilling question. How long could you share your home with something that doesn't want you there? The footage begins in the middle of chaos, the camera trembling as a man and woman can be heard panicking. Their attention is fixed on a closet door in front of them that's shaking violently, as though something inside is desperately trying to break free. The rattling grows louder, more aggressive, echoing through the room like pounding fists against wood. The woman's voice trembles as she explains that the doors were brand new, installed just a week earlier, which makes the entire situation even more unsettling. Whatever was happening couldn't be blamed on old hinges or loose fittings. This was something else entirely.
Hon, what is that?
Oh
Hey
my
God!
God.
Oh my God!
Okay,
Oh my
okay.
God! Oh my God!
I'm gonna go look.
These are the new closet doors, guys. The new closet doors that we just installed. Oh my God! Okay.
Go look.
Nothing. Nothing in the closet. Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! Be careful.
Okay, no.
Okay, so clearly installing these doors. As you guys can see, we're still dealing with whatever is in our bedroom closet. I don't know, but freaked right out. Look at the dog. She's like, what the hell?
The man cautiously steps forward, his voice unsteady as he tries to calm them both while the door continues to tremble. Then, gathering his courage, he reaches out and pulls it open. In an instant, all movement stops. The door swings wide, revealing nothing but neatly hung clothes and perfectly arranged shelves. Untouched, silent, normal. He even checks behind the door and inside the corners, but there's absolutely nothing there. The clip ends abruptly, leaving behind an atmosphere heavy with dread and confusion. If you were in their place, what would you do? Was this paranormal activity, a poltergeist making itself known, or something even darker lurking unseen? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. The footage begins shakily. the man's voice trembling with fear as he walks cautiously toward his living room, his breathing rapid and uneven. The camera pans down a dimly lit hallway before reaching the doorway, where the floor is covered in shredded paper, scattered in every direction as though something, or someone, had torn through it in a frenzy. The air feels tense, heavy, as the sound of his anxious footsteps echoes softly in the background.
Sí.
Stepping into the room, he moves the camera nervously across the space. A dull, unlit Christmas tree stands in the corner, its faint decorations casting an eerie glow against the chaos on the floor. As the man continues to film, tiny orbs drift across the frame, subtle but unmistakable, catching the light as they move past. The atmosphere grows increasingly unsettling, and just when it seems calm, a faint female whisper breaks through the silence, coming from somewhere behind him. Panicked, he spins around instantly, the camera jerking as he searches for the source of the voice. But there's no one there, only silence, and the sound of his own breathing. Overwhelmed, he quickly backs away and leaves the room, still recording as he stumbles into the hallway. Later, he uploads the clip online, asking viewers if they could help explain the mysterious voice, the scattered paper, or the paranormal presence that seemed to haunt his once peaceful home. Jackson had been home alone for most of the night when a series of slow, rhythmic knocks began echoing from downstairs. At first, he brushed it off. Maybe the old pipes, maybe the wind. But the sounds were too steady, too intentional to be random. Each knock came in perfect rhythm, always from the same spot, like someone or something was deliberately trying to get his attention. The realization sent a chill through him. Whatever it wasn't just noise. It was a presence. Determined to find the source, Jackson grabbed his phone and began recording as he descended the stairs, each creak of the wood cutting through the tense silence. The knocking grew louder, coming from the storage room at the back of the house, but the instant he reached the door, the sound stopped. Heart pounding, he turned the handle and slowly pushed it open. The room was still, untouched. Nothing seemed out of place. He whispered nervously that it must have been nothing, but before he could turn back, a cardboard box slid forward on its own, scraping softly against the floor. Jackson froze, breath caught in his throat, before retreating in terrified silence. The clip ends abruptly, but one thing's clear. Whatever haunts that storage room hasn't finished trying to make contact. Daniel had long grown accustomed to the strange activity that seemed to plague his home, but instead of continuing to ignore it, he decided to finally capture it on camera. Setting up in his kitchen, he steadied his phone and began recording, calmly explaining the paranormal presence he believed had been living beside him for years. His voice carried a mix of curiosity and unease, as though he already knew something was about to happen.
En la cocina me dijeron que cuando vuelva a sentir otra vez ruidos, diga unas palabras para que se vaya. Y bueno, voy a decirlas ahora. Puedes irte de mi casa, tenés las puertas abiertas. Puedes irte de mi casa, tenés las puertas abiertas. Puedes irte de mi casa, tenés las puertas abiertas. Puedes irte de mi casa, tenés las puertas abiertas. Ay, la puta madre. Puedes irte de mi casa, tenés las puertas abiertas. Puedes irte de mi casa, tenés las puertas abiertas. Andate de mi casa.
For several minutes, nothing occurred, just the soft hum of the house and the stillness of midnight. Then, without warning, a metal pot flew off the counter, crashing violently onto the tile floor. Daniel flinched, heart pounding, but refused to stop recording. Moments later, one of the kitchen cabinets creaked open on its own, swinging wide as if some unseen force wanted to announce itself. The clip quickly went viral online, with viewers insisting it was clear evidence of poltergeist activity. For Daniel, it only confirmed what he'd always suspected. His home wasn't empty, and whatever haunted it was finally making its presence known. A man is convinced that the ghost of his late wife is still lingering in their home, and he says he has CCTV footage to back up his chilling claim. In the clips, strange movements, flickering lights, and unexplainable shadows appear throughout the house, leading him to believe her spirit has returned. Watch closely and decide for yourself whether this is genuine paranormal activity or something far darker.
Morning, guys. This is just a quick update because I got to get to work. But when I got up this morning to get my coffee, I walked into the kitchen and saw this. So I guess you guys are right that activity seems to be picking up because I have been, doing renovations. I replaced all this stuff, this dishwasher, this stove, the oven hood there. But this morning when I came into the kitchen, I noticed the cabinet was open, and then I noticed this chair. So I checked the Ring video, and it definitely...
If what he says is true, it seems his wife's restless spirit doesn't approve of the recent renovations he's made around their home. But that's only the beginning of his torment. Late at night, the television often switches on by itself, always to her favorite shows. No matter what channel, he leaves it on before bed. He's found old photographs of them together knocked to the floor, almost as if someone refuses to let their memories remain on display. At times, he wakes to the faint scent of her perfume drifting through the bedroom, even though the bottle has been empty for years. What once felt comforting has now become terrifying. Objects move on their own. Lights flicker whenever he mentions moving on, and shadowy figures appear on his cameras watching. Now, he's left questioning everything. Is this truly the haunting of a grieving husband visited by his wife's ghost? Or has something demonic taken her place? If it really is her, how does he honor her memory without losing his sanity? And if it isn't, then what in the world is haunting him? What do you believe? A man named Mark shared a clip of his basement on his YouTube channel, Donnie Drunkard. For years, he's been documenting the haunting phenomena taking place inside his home, compiling eerie evidence of what he believes is a paranormal presence. In this particular recording, Mark once again attempts to make contact with the spirit world. What you're about to see was streamed live during one of his real-time ghost communication sessions, broadcast to his viewers as it unfolded.
come.
What makes this footage truly fascinating is that it wasn't Mark who noticed the anomaly. It was one of his viewers. As he flips the light switch, a strange shadow-like distortion briefly appears. Something so quick and subtle it's easy to miss unless you're watching closely.
Damn, it's dark, isn't it?
When slowed down, you can clearly see what looks like a dark apparition sinking into the floor, a fleeting but unmistakable paranormal shadow figure. Though hard to define, the movement feels unnatural, almost as if it's retreating from the light. Given Mark's long history of supernatural encounters, it's hard to dismiss this as coincidence. Whether it's a spirit manifestation or something more demonic, one thing's certain: the basement of this home is anything but ordinary. Pretty eerie, isn't it? It was closing time at the Sambawangji perfume store in Indonesia after a long, tiring day. Just as the saleswoman began locking up, the CCTV captured what appeared to be a last-minute customer stepping in. The footage, later uploaded to the store's TikTok account, shows her warmly greeting the supposed visitor with a wide smile, eager to make one final sale before heading home. She starts recommending various perfumes, pointing to the shelves, chatting, and laughing as though engaged in a perfectly normal conversation. But when her co-worker steps out from the back room moments later, his stunned expression reveals that this is far from an ordinary transaction. What the camera caught next left everyone speechless.
Please, Papa. Bisa saya bantu mencari apa? Aku enggak sengaja. Mau cari kafe di mana? Bercowok sama cewek? Benar. Nanti saya ada dua rekomendasi, cari yang lain ya. Nah, ini lebih segar. Kalau yang ini lebih overly untuk ceweknya ya. Jadi cowok sama cewek.
The co-worker's confusion becomes clear the moment viewers realize there was no one there. The saleswoman was enthusiastically selling perfume to thin air, completely engrossed in a conversation with an unseen presence. She doesn't even seem to notice her co-worker until he calls out to her. And when she finally turns, her expression shifts to genuine bewilderment, as though she's waking up from a strange dream. Paranormal experts believe this could be a case of supernatural glamour, an ancient phenomenon where a spirit or demonic entity projects a powerful illusion, making the victim perceive something that doesn't exist. To her, it might have appeared as a living, breathing customer, while to everyone else, the space was empty. Another unsettling theory suggests spiritual possession or a trance-like state, where the woman was briefly under the control of a ghost, attempting to relive a memory through her. Her co-worker's interruption might have broken the entity's hold, snapping her back to reality. Her startled reaction on camera looks far too real to fake. Could this be evidence of a haunting caught on CCTV, a ghostly customer returning for one last fragrance from beyond the grave? Share your thoughts in the comments down below. The man behind the camera sounds uneasy from the very first moment. His voice trembles as he explains why he's recording, saying he needs proof, a witness. Because no one believes his house is haunted. Friends have told him he's imagining things, but he swears otherwise. According to him, He once saw the ghostly figure of a little girl standing right in front of the old dollhouse in the corner of the room. Determined to prove that what he saw was real, he decides to capture whatever lurks there on video, no matter how terrifying it might get.
Yeah, man, I'm recording this video because I need you guys to be my witness. These people told me that this place is haunted. And I was like, no, it's not. It's not haunted. There ain't no such thing. And my dumb asses, I've been hearing shit all night. Man, I'm scared out of my mind. Last time I seen the little girl, she was over there behind that little dollhouse, man. You guys gotta come with me and check this shit out. I'm scared as shit. You guys gotta be my witnesses. Scared out of my mind. Man. Shit. There's nothing back there. Fucking A, man. I don't know why I agreed to do this shit. Creepy ass doll. Look at that shit. Weird ass people. Dude, I'm scared as hell, man. Scared as shit. Holy shit.
As he moves closer to the dollhouse, his breathing grows heavier, every step filled with dread. He scans the space slowly, filming every inch as if expecting something to appear at any second. Finally, he crouches to look behind the dollhouse. Nothing. Just silence, dust, and his own shaky breath. For a brief moment, relief washes over him. But as he turns back toward a lamp in the corner, true terror strikes. From behind a nearby cabinet, a pale apparition with long black hair begins to drift into view, its movements unnaturally slow. Before he can react, the recording abruptly cuts off, ending with the sound of his startled gasp. What happened after remains unknown, but the haunting image has left viewers convinced that he truly captured paranormal activity on camera. For years, a woman has been battling an unseen and exhausting mystery inside her own home. It began with subtle, almost dismissible occurrences, small objects out of place, faint sounds in the night. But over time, the signs grew impossible to ignore. For 3 long years, she's awakened to find toys moved to strange spots, doors she swore were locked now left open, and lights flickering in odd rhythmic patterns that defy any explanation of faulty wiring. The eeriest part: every so often the house fills with the unsettling scent of medicine and cold metal, a sterile, hospital-like odor that lingers with no source. Desperate for peace, she's changed locks, hired electricians, even swapped bedrooms. But nothing eases the creeping dread that something paranormal is at play. Finally, worn out and terrified, she installed security cameras throughout the home to uncover the truth. On August 23, 2025, the cameras captured something chilling, a moment that made her realize she might not be alone after all. Watch carefully. The first piece of footage shows her young son sleeping peacefully while she's taking a bath. Everything seems calm until an eerie, shadowy figure appears near the doorway. In the second clip, filmed the next morning, she enters the room from the opposite direction of where the figure had moved, proving it couldn't have been her reflection or a trick of light. She uploaded both clips online, hoping for help, maybe a paranormal investigator, or even skeptics who could debunk what she caught on camera. But despite countless theories, no one has been able to explain it. Now she has undeniable proof that something, or someone, is haunting her home. The only question left is, what do you see in this footage? A trick of the light, or undeniable evidence of supernatural activity? Most people agree that ghost hunting is a terrible idea. It rarely ends well no matter what you find. If you actually encounter a spirit, you're left terrified and running for your life. If you don't, you waste hours in the dark chasing shadows. It's a lose-lose situation. Still, for some, the thrill of the unknown is too tempting, especially for teenagers who think fear is just part of the fun. The group in this next video was exactly that kind. Ignoring all warnings, they ventured deep into the woods to explore an abandoned house, forgetting one crucial truth. Places become abandoned for a reason.
We go, come on.
Let's go.
Come on.
Now be really quiet so we do hear him.
I no one talk, right?
Yeah.
Hey.
Come in first. Then you can feel. Right. What? Where's the back door? Wait, just here. Oh shit. Let's go. Let's go. Hey, we'll walk down there. Give it a walk down there. Oh, Dioko. Oh, shit, me hard. Yeah, let's go.
Will you walk down?
Yeah, I follow you. But, no, we don't see anything with the camera.
Yeah, it's too dark.
Yeah. This is really scary. Yeah.
It's not even a window.
What?
It's a window.
What?
There's someone who's at the window.
Act.
Someone was at the window.
Was?
gone really bright now. Is the window after open?
No, it's the same.
Oh shit!
From the moment they stepped inside, an overwhelming sense of dread settled over them. The air felt heavy, the silence unnatural. Within minutes, one of them spotted movement, a dark figure passing by the window. In such an isolated place, that single glimpse was enough to send panic through the group. As they stared at the window trying to make sense of what they saw, it suddenly slammed shut with violent force, echoing through the house. That was all the convincing they needed. The group bolted from the property, hearts racing, grateful to escape whatever paranormal entities still lingered within those rotting walls. Sometimes, the smartest choice in a haunting is to run and never look back.